at 280, it has 984 newtons. Now it has more again. Dude, that's totally insane. So like, whoa, dude, whoa, whoa, whoa. The brain just can't keep up? Seriously. Right now, everything revolves around the rocket.
Exactly, Brabus Rocket in the truest sense of the word.
It's 900 horsepower, Sven.
900 horsepower. Yes, I'd say this is really a transformation here. You can see it. It's truly a masterpiece automobile, really a work of art that we're showing here. There are only 10 of them.
Why just 10? Tell me why.
Well, first of all, we aim to create unique cars, to maintain their exclusivity, to steer clear of mass production. And to make sure customers feel of owning something special and not everyone can buy it. That's definitely one of the reasons as well. Finally, we also want to address the price segment, of course, and we shouldn't forget we're talking about a car that's beyond 500,000 euros.
I was just about to ask 500,000.
All right, VAT included then, you know it?
Including already?
Yes, including VAT.
That's all right.
Yeah, that's true. A lot of cars are sold abroad, but we also have German customers who buy that kind of thing. Here, though, it's particularly the body. It's significantly wider than the standard GT four-door from AMG.
Now, at the rear, we can clearly see something's been stuck on there. Let me put it simply.
Well, it's not just stuck on. These are all pre-packaged carbon pieces, carefully applied for that sleek look.
And at the front, this is actually one piece here.
Yes, this is a complete fender crafted from pre-preg carbon, just like the entire front apron and all the other additional components. So everything you see here that's been modified on the car is made from carbon fiber, and in this case is partially painted. You can spot it on the front spoiler where the carbon structure shows through. For instance, if you take a closer look right here at the front spoiler's edge area,
it resembles the M2's front. The design is quite similar.
All right, of course, we also developed it in the wind tunnel. These are naturally very intricate components that require a lot of expertise. So all the transitions in the carbon area and such, ensuring everything is clean and fits perfectly in the end. Yes, and then the car is significantly wider than the standard model. In this case, we have a wheel-tire combination of 21 to 22 inches. So 21 on the front axle, 22 on the rear axle, significantly larger cooling openings to improve airflow. And above all, to provide the engine with more air, we completely redesigned the grille with these carbon inlets. This, of course, significantly increases the airflow to the engine. The engine here is a classic case of displacement increase, going from 4 to 4.5 liters.
It drives completely normally, just as you'd expect. It works perfectly fine. But it's not 4 liters, it's 4.5, and instead of 639 horsepower, it's now 900. 900. What's so wild is the steering wheel and these trims here, all fully customized, all color matched perfectly. And this up here, it's usually shiny chrome. Here, the seat adjustment. Seat heating, ventilation, these buttons, window controls and so forth, they've all been painted over. And all of this here, you've got to disassemble everything. Just this panel alone consists of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 separate pieces. 7 parts. Disassemble the steering wheel, then there's this ring. On each side, 7 parts. Each painted individually. Such a fiddly job. First taking it apart, then putting it back together. It's really intense. All these small parts, which are usually chrome-plated in Mercedes, are now, as the customer requested, or rather, as Sven specified, because it's Sven's car. So they're painted. It's 500,000 now. As they say, in modern term. Honestly, I think the car, when you see it from the outside, it looks a bit boxy. Not exactly shapeless, but it gives off this vibe like it's almost undrivable or something along those lines, you know? Like it wouldn't handle well around corners. And we're about to see that this is absolutely not the case. U-turn, nothing scraping. Now come on, we want to see that device from the inside. Got the key even?
Unfortunately, I've got a bit too much here.
Schlüssel in der Tasche.
I also have a few
Ja,
keys.
Can you offer
aber
the
nur
Mercedes key? But I think I already have the right one.
Okay,
Very
yeah.
good.
Cool color, what's it called?
This one here, in this case Stealth Gray, is a color that we specially mix for ourselves. That is a color we specially developed. I'd say this Fighter, which is what you're seeing here, is truly a very, very sporty car. So it's subtly enhanced by that unique shade. And so far, well, the cars are either black, glossy and stealth gray, and we currently have one in production where the customer specifically requested it to be finished in matte black.
Is this the power curve?
It's rising sharply.
It's going straight up.
It's shooting straight up. The key point is increasing swept volume from 4 to 4.5
Yeah.
liters, even if it seems minor. But it also enables extracting those last 100 horsepower
Yeah.
over the 4-liter comparison, ultimately making it achievable in the first place. So completely in carbon again here, the engine cover. And you can see it quite nicely here on the other side. If you take a look in here, you can also see the Kevlar inner fender. So we have...
Are the inner fenders really made out of Kevlar?
Yep.
Why?
Number one, because we require a brand new inner fender due to the spreading issue. Number two, because Kevlar is naturally beautiful. You don't always have to make everything eye-catching at first glance. We are,
Yeah.
of course, also fans of understatement, believing that what's hidden behind the facade should look just as good. And in this case, that's exactly how it is, and then you're really not that far off. Here, in this case, our aero disc, which we have on our monoblock Z, also brings aerodynamic advantages and still has the benefit of that we achieve proper brake cooling here. Even if you reach in there, you can't see it now, but there's also a support inside which precisely addresses the issue of it properly channels the air. So it's not just a matter of having a thin disc here, but it efficiently directs the airflow towards the brake system. It was also a very, very long development process because combining an aluminum wheel with a carbon part is always a significant challenge. But here we have all the advantages. We have a forged aluminum wheel, so it's extremely lightweight, and it also features a carbon appearance because nowadays many people talk about these carbon wheels. I mean, carbon is not yet fully researched. You don't know what happens if you hit a curb, what exactly could happen to such a wheel. We wanted that unique look to really stand out, but we also made sure to prioritize high quality. That's why a forged wheel, which is extremely light and still has the strength that's been proven.
I need to quickly pull over here for a moment now, guys. We'll do it properly once it's warmed up, all right? Dude. Oh, that feeling of hitting the highway, guys, it's just absolutely unbeatable, you know? I can't even describe it to you. It's just so intense, you know? Now we're about to hit the roller coaster full speed ahead. And I've got the steering for the roller coaster in my hands. It's still pretty cold anyway. We don't need to get excited now, Matthias. We can lean back for a moment and calm down a bit. I really find these leatherworks, they're absolutely insane. It's seriously intense. When the leather has like a complete second layer essentially, so you've got the leather, then this pattern is pressed into it, and underneath that there's a color layer, sort of like another fleece beneath the leather, where the color then shines through from the holes in the leather. It's just so beautifully done. This sight is really insane. This here then combines when the
But also subtly, right? It's also still set to quiet right now. Yeah. Really great stuff. Yeah, thanks. We also put in a lot of effort, and many have asked, like you, why only 10 cars? Well, because they are special, and there's also a nice little detail that's only on the Rocket and exclusively on our masterpiece cars, the lettering with that unique border. It's those small touches that make them stand out even more.
Exactly. I really love how these red accents, the border, and how do you say, they match up perfectly. Those little details really pop. The tunnel's coming up, but we can't gun it. Engine's still cold. So the oil is sitting at 82 degrees now, but I can't really push this engine too hard when it's not completely warmed up yet. Can't do it. I won't push it, but maybe a bit. Third gear, right? Oh my God. Oh my God. This place is going off. It's so insane because you know how a 639 horsepower AMG GT 4 Touring Coupe drives. You know it. And it's absolutely insane how it's already reacting to the gas pedal like totally wild, man. 87 degrees. That's just crazy. You know what I'm talking about? We still need a bit more temperature we still need. Newton meters, kilowatts. This is a revelation, folks. It's eye-opening, a game changer that shifts everything. A moment worth rethinking and truly paying attention to. Let's take a quick look. The car handles the curves really well, sits super comfortably, and it's just lowered. I think he said by 25 millimeters. When the car drops, it fits perfectly. It's not flashy, just confidently saying, "This is me." Your rocket, your rocket. What's driving this beast to absolute perfection?
Unfortunately, only 330.
330? All right.
It could definitely drive a lot faster.
Why is it limited?
Well, you know, we have tires, the tire issue. We've already driven over 360 with the previous Rocket models, really practically on the verge of taking off with such cars. But nowadays, cars are getting bigger, heavier, and there are also tire regulations, how tires can be developed, with which standard. And it's just like the tire that allows us to go the fastest is the Pirelli, in this case. That's a maximum of 330 kilometers per hour, which is why it's limited there. If we were to set a VMAX record, like we did back then in Nardo, we go to a test track in Nardo. To drive a car on public roads beyond 350, 360 kilometers per hour,
Perhaps you could try doing that at nighttime instead.
There'd need to be a World Cup in your own country with Germany reaching the final, then maybe you could give it a shot. But otherwise, you definitely need a proper track for that. And even a stretch like the one in Nardo starts to feel quite narrow with a car weighing 2.4 to 2.3 tons. That's something you can't forget. We're not talking about a lightweight sports car below 2 tons here, but rather a car that actually weighs over 2 tons.
100 മുതൽ 200 വരെ 50. Really good. 190, 200, 5,629 with a 2.3-ton car. What I find so fascinating is when you accelerate smoothly through a single gear, in this case, 5th gear. Dude, that's so insane. And without shifting, 6.9. Man, 6.9 without shifting. Just floor it. The great thing is, when you design it in 5th gear, we're back at 100, you push it, give it a bit more. It's absolutely brilliantly done. The way this car responds to the throttle. No loud screaming. Or anything like that. Just smooth and then. Right back into the manual lane again. Fifth gear. So, let's see VMAX. 200, 220, 230, 240. I can't even keep up with the count anymore. Now it's already 260. Back into the brakes, but relaxed. Not even braking hard yet. This is right. And even then, he stays completely calm. They just know how to do it. They touch everything, interior, exterior, all made of carbon. The widening looks awesome. It's really detailed. When you look at it with a magnifying glass, it's really well done. And the suspension, we don't need to touch it. It's perfect. Exactly how it should be.
Here we have a car that has just started to be taken apart. It's being disassembled right now. It's being disassembled right now. So you can see it's relatively at the beginning. The headlights are out. The original doors are still in place, but they'll be taken out later on as well, you see.
Why do the doors need changing too?
Cars often get repainted if we change them to stealth grey now. It's being completely disassembled here and then it goes to the body shop because the rear wheel arch is being entirely changed to fit the wider wheels.
It'll be taken apart first? Great, taking a brand new car completely apart. That's insane. How does 900 horsepower feel to you right now? When you accelerate in 5th or 6th gear, it feels pretty much the same as you typically experience in most other cars. In 1st or maybe 2nd gear. So with a car that has 300 horsepower or something, acceleration in 2nd gear, it just yanks everything away. or let's say 400 horsepower. It still feels that powerful in 4th or 5th gear. It's this never-ending acceleration symphony. You sit in here and it just keeps going, 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 and all you can think is, move over, peasants. Or how did Robert Geis put it again? Man, this is insane. The torque display is sensational, by the way. It only goes up to 999. But we have 1050. Should we check out what happens when we floor it? 962. If it exceeds 999 Newton meters, it simply displays 3 dashes instead. Fire ... I think I just had wheel spin. 5,509. Dude. All right, and now let's go for VMAX, everyone. Ready? Let's do it. Autobahn is clear. There's no traffic. 210. Rear wing is stable in the wind. Doesn't shimmer. Doesn't wobble. GPS says 280. Speedometer says almost the same. Now 300. GPS also 300. So it's just perfectly precise. 315. 315, and I break down to 240, and everything is perfectly fine. Man, it's absolutely insane how this car just hammers straight down the highway. A slight curve feels so relaxed. Now in race mode, but drives completely normal. Not harsh at all. You can see, I'm just sitting right here. Sport suspension, except that at high speeds, it's a very, very important change. It's already lower now, and typically the AMG lowers itself even further when it drops down a notch at a certain speed threshold. It's not doing that anymore because at some point it would work out. So it doesn't lower further or it'd be on the ground. That's what they essentially programmed out here.
Yes, so it's already been repainted in stealth grey dot. The engine is out. It's currently in the engine shop.
Hello, good morning. Where are you, sweetie? Where's your gearbox?
Everything's out, everything has to come out.
Where's the engine?
The team...
Back there?
Or here, on the table up front, that's the engine for the car. It just came back from the engine shop. Here's the full drivetrain package with the cooling system already built in up front. Well, with the V8 engine, it's like this. With the 4-liter, the cooling is positioned directly at the front of the engine. The turbochargers are now fully enclosed, ensuring that there's absolutely no chance of even the smallest particle getting inside. You could sleep there, there's plenty of space inside, but that's certainly not what we want. The transmission is already in place. Next up are the catalytic converters. Because if you need to replace a catalytic converter in the GT63, you'll inevitably have to take the entire engine out no matter what. We have to install the cat first, then the engine. It can't be done afterward. Yes, modified turbochargers. The rest isn't visible from the outside.
Now let's take a look at the car. It's basically coming in here now.
The front axle is inserted from below. Then everything's connected. Wiring harness, catalytic converters at the rear, and cooling units at the front. And then later on, that crossbeam comes in and is connected with the headlights. Now everything is completely disassembled. We'll leave them in because we can nicely install the engine from underneath. The interior is also completely out in this case. Good thing the door isn't back in yet. Then you can see how far we take apart a car like this.
So, if you have an AMG GT 4-door, this is how it looks before it gets to you. This is just absolutely insane, guys. I can't get over it, guys. But somehow it works, right? We're driving 180, and these are the movements my body makes from zero gas. I don't brake. Full throttle. At 200 now. At 200 kilometers per hour, my body does this, guys. Man, do you have pressure? You know what's coming next? The best part, there's no one here. We're not bothering anyone at all. An AMG has to sound like this. There's no other way. like you go vroom, 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 dude. That's some next level acceleration. Yeah, you mentioned it's insane above 200, and we just witnessed it, but that's just pure madness. Seriously, no joke, your brain just gets completely scrambled. It's like it's being knocked straight out of your skull here from 50 to 100, man. Boah, it's unreal. Man, you really gotta brace yourself here. The crazy thing is, it's so effortless and smooth. Still going now. From 280, he hits 984 newtons. Now he's got even more. Man. Man, what kind of car is that? Actually, it's not even a car. It's a rocket. That's why it's called that. Brabus Rocket 900. When you hit 330, you'll probably feel like smashing into a wall when it hits the limiter. Because it's so insane. Because the car pushes so hard. And I mean, you've just seen it. I'm really pushing it. 37.7 average consumption. Oh, 37.6. Now I'm only doing 160. Driving 160 feels like going 90 in other cars. On the highway. And you've already got the entire thing painted.
It's fully repainted now, was black before.
There are the doors, hoods, short wings. A nice puzzle.
Yeah, these are also the cowlings. You can see them nicely here. I can also show them again if you'd like. So I can actually hold this with one hand like this. There you go, Matthias.
Should I be cautious here?
Yes, such a component costs a few thousand euros. That shouldn't be forgotten. So it's really the same material that Formula One teams use in this case. So it's not just regular laminated carbon, but actually one made from pre-preg material.
Oh, I see.
It's also baked in the Oclaven, yes, so truly the utmost strength and the absolute utmost lightness.
It's also actually very, very good in terms of the finish. You often normally see on carbon parts, well, the texture of the carbon.
Yeah, it's not entirely straightforward. Even with clear-coated carbon parts, you can often see the texture clearly coming through, which is pretty typical. We also practiced for a long time to achieve those smooth lacquer surfaces, even in the long term.
You know that I'm not a super hardcore tuning enthusiast, but I do know that this engine is completely built with classic tuning measures, like really everything on the inside. Of the engine, everything has been changed, and of course the peripherals as well, including the turbochargers and so on and so forth, the software too, and that's how you end up with 900 horsepower. And as you can notice here, 900 horsepower is handled in such a way that it works perfectly. It's not like there's any warning light on or anything, even though I'm really pushing the car with this stupid throttle, this one, you know? It's also not like every software feature comes with it. You have to be honest about that. And this constant shifting, always at 300, then back to 100 and so on. Not every car can do that, and Brabus offers a 100,000 kilometer warranty on this engine. 100,000. And you can't do that if you aren't absolutely certain that this car can do it. So this kind of tuning I'm completely okay with, honestly.
Here you can see another rocket, this time in matte black, with a lot of metallic elements, as you can see here. It almost looks gray depending on the light. And in this case,
Is that also carbon?
That's also carbon, a full carbon apron.
This front wing, how wide it is? Brakes to match?
Yes, everything has to be consistent.
Man, that's pretty intense.
Here, the team is currently working on installing the interior. The rear seat bench is already being fitted in as a test. Dashboard is already in.
I think it's insane. It's seriously mind-blowing.
Yeah, but that way every customer can express themselves, get what they want, really tailor it to their preferences.
With that car, you drive differently. It really feels like a precision tool. And then you also shift gears a bit differently, and you hold the steering wheel differently, and somehow it's all... You just try to adjust yourself to this precision instrument. The brain simply can't keep up with it, to be completely honest with you. absolutely love this game. It's so much fun and keeps me hooked every single time. It's truly amazing and incredibly enjoyable. The engine rebuild alone costs that much. Can I just put it in my regular one?
We currently don't offer it, the engine. It's exclusively reserved for the Rocket model. But for such an engine rebuild, we're talking around 90,000 euros.
I think sleepers are so awesome. The idea of saying, okay, we're going to turn this thing into 900 horsepower, but it still looks normal. The regular wing on the back, no widening at all. Obviously, that's just insane. 1 out of 10 cars worldwide. 1 out of 10 cars. That's already a pretty serious number. But I think when you're driving on the highway, and you know you've got 900 horsepower and 1050 Nm, and you've shelled out 500,000 euros for your car, even though it will actually become even cheaper. That's just how it is. Then I'll just have to get the AMG GT 4-Tyra. 4MATIC Plus, coupe for 250,000, fully loaded. And get the engine tuned for 90 kilometers per hour. They're not doing it now, but if you transfer 90,000 euros, they'll likely do it. And then for 350 or 340 kilometers per hour or so, you've got the monster sleeper. Shall we go with that? I'd say so, right? One thing that's really interesting is that we have exactly twice as much power here as in the M2 CS. The M2 actually has 450 horsepower, and this guy here has 900 horsepower. Does it feel twice as insane now? Spontaneously, first thought, yes. The M2 CS is the absolute pinnacle of driving dynamics. Precision, pure rear-wheel drive, manual transmission, 450 horsepower raw, it's simply unmatched. This here is just a worry-free Brabus Rocket all around. It's like inheriting 30 billion euro. It feels like sitting in this car. Everything's fully taken care of. Yes. And the M2 is a true driving machine. And that acceleration process, it still happens. It's still there. In this car here, it's not just an acceleration process, it's more like boom, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And in what feels like no time, we're already at 200. It's absolutely insane. A whole new level of acceleration. The car's much heavier and doesn't even come close to the M2's nimbleness. The acceleration of the M2 still happens. It's insanely fast, insanely powerful. This car has enough power to last my entire lifetime. Absolutely, I swear it to all of you. And here, everything's 1,000 times faster. It's unreal, beyond understanding, and indescribable, because it's moving so fast. I drove a few minutes, no camera, just cruising, and then noticed how insane it is when you're just driving normally and then you accelerate. And that's really when it hit me. You always think, yeah, well, they call it the Rocket and then, you know, rocket and it goes so fast and all that, but actually experiencing it is something else entirely. But it really hit me. This is truly rocket-like, just as fast as I imagined. That's why I turned the camera back on and said we have to somehow try to capture this in the frame. You see the truck. How quickly the road disappears and how fast we're already at this white car here. It was somehow, I don't know, 3 kilometers away. See how tiny it is? You can't see it now. I don't have 3,000 cameras here. But that car that was just a bit behind me, it's just gone now. I don't see it anymore. And it's truly rocket-like. That's precisely how it happened. That's the thought that shot into my head. And I can just tell it to you now. On YouTube, it works. On Grip, it wouldn't. I'd share it in Insta stories later. But that's crazy. It's really like that. So dear folks, that was our Brabus adventure. I hope you had a bit of fun taking out the 900 ponies with me. Matthias is puzzled in the head, and I need to lie down now. So, love each other. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye, have fun, lie down again. Ciao.